And let's start with you. $250,000 for DAPCEP, a program that I remember in the city of Detroit, been around a long time. Talk about this award, the timing of it, and why it's important to make the investment.
Well, first of all, this is a passion not only of me personally, but for the company. We've had a STEM program for many years. This was the moment for us to take that program to the next level. And DAPCEP is the perfect organization for us to express our passion for underrepresented communities and a way for us to make a difference. And I know from my own personal experience that programs like this can really change lives. So our commitment to DAPCEP is part of a broader program at Ford to make investments in science, technology, engineering, and math programs that allow children of all types to be exposed to engineering, science, technology, and math, and have an opportunity to enter a career that they can make a difference to society. So it's something that we're really delighted to do, and we look forward to engaging up to 80 students of 11th and 12th graders and having them interact with our professionals. And then ultimately the end goal is to have them be interested in a career and have them go into college and get a job at Ford or in some other technology company. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, Michelle, that pathway that Ken just laid out is what DAPCEP has been doing, like I said, since I was a young guy here in Detroit. Talk about how important this grant is going to be to making more opportunity for kids in Detroit.
It's just an outstanding opportunity. Ford is a founding partner with DAPCEP. So they have been alongside us in this journey, trying to create and ensure that more students are aware of STEM. And what this program will do is just kind of bolster that activity. It really is laser focused on ensuring that we have a subset of kids that will be focused primarily on engineering, as rare as career readiness and college prep, and really will have, as they go along in their education, they will be partnering with some mentors from Ford that could really talk to them about the culture, talk to them about their experience. Many of the people at Ford that will mentor and assist with the students have been in the same shoes as the young people they will be mentoring, whether they live in the area or people of color, and understand the challenges that they may see. So that in itself will add strength to the program and really tie the students, I think, to Ford and hopefully get the results of them eventually working at Ford or definitely in a technology field.
Yeah. So Brandon, this is your story in some way. Talk about your experience with both DAPCEP and then as a professional.
Yeah, I can say as a student, DAPCEP really helped me in the mid 80s. I was a student of DAPCEP. I was interested in engineering and STEM, but obviously didn't have a lot of direct exposure to the engineering community. And I think what DAPCEP has been able to do is give students a hands-on experience with running labs and doing different type of educational programs that they may not have had an opportunity to do in just a normal, school curriculum. So for me, it gave me a lot of confidence to go on to college and pursue engineering. And currently right now, I am the liaison between Ford Motor Company and DAPCEP. And I mentor many of the kids. I also run a class. We have a strong team in Ford that benefits students by giving their knowledge and education that they've learned. And many of our employees are DAPCEP alumni as well. So we want to keep that cycle going and continue that pipeline.
Brandon, I wonder if you could talk about that moment, I guess, when you figured that what you were doing through DAPCEP was what you wanted to do and what you wanted to be. When did that light bulb kind of go off for you?
I think in the DAPCEP classes, because DAPCEP has an approach to have hands-on, it's not just a lecture. You're actually building things, you're doing things, you're developing things and designing. It gives you a hands-on approach to the education. And I think that gains a level sense of confidence, and it gives you more familiarity of what the actual field is like. And I think some of my experiences in DAPCEP, I hold true today, even at Ford Motor Company, just having that opportunity to see what you did not have opportunity to see early, gives you confidence to pursue that career.
Yeah. Ken, I feel like we've been talking about STEM for a really long time. We've been talking about the need for kids to really experience that kind of education when they're young. But while that's been happening, I feel like your field in particular has been changing a lot and very fast. The car business, of course, looks really different than it did just 5 or 10 years ago, let alone 20 or 30. So I wonder if you can talk some about how something like DAPCEP, keeps up or helps keep up with the things that are changing, with the things that just aren't going to be the same as they are now, even just a few years from now.
Well, you're absolutely right, Stephen, and I just will build on Brandon's story, which is you have to be part of the experience in order to participate in the rapidly changing field of automotive, and that's why this program, this Future Forward program, is designed the way it is. It's to give these students, these young people, exposure and experience hands-on with products and with technology, so they can see the impact of being an expert and a technologist on the industry. One of the things that is absolutely true about today's automotive industry is that it's changing faster than ever. And so the importance of having talent that has the capability to embrace that change and to contribute technology so that we can stay at the forefront of that change is more important than ever before. And so this program is going to actually give 10 of those students in the program an opportunity to be interns at Ford. And those that don't get into the internship program will still have interactions with engineers at the company. So they're going to get the exposure and the experience of having access to the technologies that are rapidly changing in our industry. If you had asked me, 5 years ago, would we be connecting all of our cars and talking about battery electric vehicles at the scale we're doing today, and delivering services and putting artificial intelligence into our platform? Of course, no one could have predicted that, but that's happening today, and it's happening with the talent of our workforce and with our partners. And I hope that these young people that are part of this DAPCEP program will become part of that community in the future. And that's what we're hoping for. That's why we made this investment.
Yeah. Michelle, talk about the other end of that equation. Programs like DAPCEP trying to keep up for kids in cities like Detroit, with fields that just don't look the way they did before.
That's why it's so important for us to continue to have these partnerships, because with partners like Ford and some of our academic partners, we are able to keep abreast of what is upcoming. We look to them to help us provide guidance on what is the next technology that's coming up in the cars, or when you look at computers, what is the next thing that the students will learn or will need to know as they continue with their education. Because we can't continue to teach, we can't teach how engines were made 20 years ago. So we have to make sure that we are staying abreast. And so it's great when partners like Ford are willing to lend their knowledge and share those experiences with the students. And so the internships that Ken spoke of are going to be so impactful for the students, because they're going to be, as a high school student, they're going to see some of that technology and some of that development and how fast it has changed. And so when they start out their educational career, they will have a little bit of knowledge of what they may see in the next 5 years. So they may look at their education a little bit differently. So I think it's really great to have these partners. And I think without partners like Ford, it would be hard for DAPCEP to continue to do the work that we do and make sure that we are preparing the students appropriately.